Hello and welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. Today guys, it is Monday morning. I hope you all had a great weekend. I did. Family time, it was fantastic, really chilled out. Recharged the batteries, ready for another busy week. You never know what is going to happen at the workshop, but yeah, just got to roll with it. This week guys, it's a little bit special as well because I'm going to be giving away a scan tool. So the lovely guys at X Tool have sent me another scan tool. You can see it there, and it's the IP508S. We're going to do an unboxing and a quick review on this, and then I'm going to give this away to one of you guys. So yeah, don't miss that. That's going to be on one video this week. And this is a free lifetime updates as well. So you never have to pay for updates. You know, some scan tools you have to pay a yearly subscription. With this, completely free. So yeah, we'll find out what this does and I'll give this away to one of you guys. And I'll explain all the details on how to do it and how to enter onto that. It's basically going to be a raffle, and then I'm going to do a just a lucky dip spin or whatever on the computer, and I'll pick one of you lucky guys to win that, and I'll send it to you. So absolutely free. So it's not going to cost you anything. So yeah, we've got that coming up this week. But for today, we have got Dave's car, which is Tom. You remember Tom that used to work with me for a couple of weeks, work experience? His dad has got an oil leak on the top of his car engine, and we're going to be doing that today, and I'll show you exactly what's going on. So let's get cracking. Let's do this. Right, here we go guys. So we have got Dave's Fiesta. It's the Mk8 Vignale, fully loaded car. He absolutely loves it. It's had its problems. He knows it's had its problems. So, you know, he was thinking about switching it out for a Focus just recently. But then I think he's going to leave it for this year. Let it run until the next following financial year, which will be sort of next March. Because the end of the tax year is April the 5th. But yeah, so he's got some issues. He definitely likes to keep his cars up to scratch. You know, whatever needs doing, it gets done. Because obviously, especially being a driving instructor, that's his job. That's what he does day in, day out. So he's putting some miles on his car. So he definitely needs to keep it up to scratch. Like you can't take like these cars for a driving test with like engine management lights up and stuff like that. Now, what we found with this one is we have got let me just check that fluid quickly. Yeah, it's all right actually. I thought it was quite low, but it's not. I think it's all right. So maybe a little bit, but I'll check that anyway. We have got an oil leak underneath here on top of the engine. Quite a common thing, these oil leaks. I've done a few of these now. And then basically what it is, I don't know if you can see it down there, especially it's nice and thick down there. Can you see it all there? Look. Where's my torch? Hold on, let me get a torch and you can probably see it better. And it's coming from the actual rocker cover. And what happens with these rocker covers, they split. It's like it's not a complete unit, which they should have done. Should have done a complete unit, but there's like a split there in between. You can just see the gap. So that's where it splits, and you can see that it's just, you know, it's just all round really. It might be it's really wet down there. You can see it all there. So, you know, common problem, common issue. So we've got to do a little bit of stripping down. We've got to take off all the pipe work, get it all stripped down, and then we're going to replace it. I went and bought a brand new one from main dealer. faults. This one here. Yeah, and it's that in between that gap there that fails every time. So we're going to swap it out. Got a new gasket as well at the bottom there. We're going to swap that out as well, put a new gasket in, clean it all up, and yeah, just replace that for him. I think he's going to want some other bits and pieces. He is talking about a clutch on this as well, but let's just, you know, the clutch, it still goes, it still works. So, you know, he may get another 50,000 miles out of the car before that clutch goes. It's done 81 or 2,000, I think it is. So he is putting some miles on his car. He's not had it long, but he is putting some miles on it. But that's what he does. He's, you know, every day he's driving around, teaching people how to drive. So he is the miles are gonna rack up really quickly. So you rather switch the car out, or you keep maintaining it to keep it to a nice high standard. So yeah, but for today, that's what we need to do. Quite a lot of this has got to be stripped down. This pipework's all got to be stripped out to get to that cam cover. So I've got to take off all the plugs, injectors, not take out the injectors, unplug the injectors, take off all the wiring, and then just start stripping it down. So let's get cracking, guys, and let's get this done for him. So I'll set you up on the tripod. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, here we go. I managed to get to all the bolts. Really fiddly, this one is. Really fiddly. I had to remove the water bottle out of the way, the coolant tank. This obviously is one piece. This here is one piece, and it goes right down the back and round. It goes around the timing belt. It's like basically, it's a cam cover. It's a cam cover plus obviously a timing belt cover as well at the back of it. I've took this side off. We'll have a look at that belt in a minute as well, but I just wanted to quickly explain that there's even bolts in there that you need to remove. The trickiest one, I've got to be honest, was the one right at the back. There's one that's right at the end. I'll show you on the new one. So yeah, you can see it. It's that one there, on the new one, and it literally goes all the way down there. So it is tricky and fiddly, and time consuming. But you know, you have to remove a load of things. You have to get this out of the way. I had to remove the throttle body as well out of the way, which I noticed on there. Peugeot Citroen is obviously, you know, a Peugeot Citroen diesel engine. They were still using them up to, I don't know if they still do, but yeah, this 2018 Mark 8 Fiesta diesel engine. But yeah, just want to quickly show you that, guys, and it is a proper mess. Like, oil is just everywhere. And I took the pipes off. You can see how far it's going down. It's going all the way down there. It is going everywhere. That should be nice and clean, but yeah, it is everywhere. So we get this cover off, and then we're going to start the process of cleaning up everywhere before we fit the new one in. So let's keep going, and yeah, let's start this cleaning process, which is going to take a while, but let's just do it. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, a bit of a change of plan, I've got to be honest. Because what I've found underneath this cam cover gasket is just incredible. Look how sludgy and bad this is. I'm trying to get it on camera the best I can show you. But look, it's just so sludgy. Look at that, look. Absolutely caked. I've got to be honest, this actually looks like it's done 200,000 miles and it's never had a service. It is bad. Look at that. It's just, I've never seen it. I've never seen an inside of an engine this bad. It's just absolutely, it's all sludgy. Like Dave, who I've spoke to, it's his car. He said that he took it to Ford's and they engine flushed it twice. When he took it in, and I can't believe that this engine is like this, and they've flushed it twice as well. Something is going on around in this engine. To cause that, I don't know if that's carbon or it's just, it's really strange, isn't it? Because you'd look at it and you go, wow, this car's never had a service. But honestly, he has done everything to this car even before it actually needs it. He's just done it because it needs to be up to spec, and it needs to be 100% for his work, being a driving instructor. But I'm just shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. I called him. I said, Dave, do you want to come and have a look at this? Because I don't even know if an engine flush is going to get this out. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But that's what he's asked me to do. I'll do an engine flush, drop the oil out. We'll change the oil. We'll change the oil filter. I want to check that oil filter to see how bad that is. I bet that's the same. I bet it's all in the channels. It's very, very unusual. I'm a bit taken back. I really am. The belt looks good. Slightly worn, very slightly, but nothing. He ain't got to worry about that at the minute, I don't think. I think that's going to be all right. But yeah, I'm really taken back by this state of this engine. I just don't know what to say about it. Let me just get something to get it. See if I can pick out some of that sludge. Let me see if I can get anything out. Oh my God. Look how thick that is. Oh my God, look at this, come off the sides and everything, look. That is incredible. I can't believe I'm doing this. Wow. That is not help. That's. Why is it like that? What? I'm I don't know what to say. Guys, I don't know what to say about this. Oh my God. I'm literally scraping it off. That is going to be in the channels, blocking. Right, okay. All I can do is just, I don't even know if I can spray brake cleaner in there to get it cleaned off. I don't know if I can. It's gonna run out in the bottom of the sump no matter what I do. And then engine flush. But they've tried to engine flush it twice, and but have they? You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? So what I'm going to do is clean as much as I can. I'm just going to clean it all up as much as I can. Then we're going to put the new one back on, because I don't want to put the old one back on because it's got so much gear and crap that's built up underneath there. I don't want to put that back on. Something's causing that build up though, isn't it? Something is causing is it carbon? I don't know, but it is just bad. Oh. That shouldn't be like that. That should be like that if it's the engine's done 200, 300,000 miles and it's never had a service. That's what that should be like. This is crazy. It's done 80,000 miles and it's 2018 reg. But the trouble is with Dave told me, he doesn't know how it was looked after before he bought it. He knows how he's been looking after it. But how has it been looked after before he had it? He just don't know. But what do we think about that? That is incredible. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to have to clean it up the best I can. It's just gone everywhere. Look, the back, it's gone down there. Oh, God. It's going to take a while to clean it up. And then we'll put the new one on. And then we'll do an engine flush. I've dropped the oil at the bottom. Do an oil filter change as well. I want to see what that oil filter's like as well. And that is just unbelievable. Right. I'm going to start cleaning it up. That's all I can do. And get up and get off as much as I can out of that engine. Yeah, so bear with me, guys. Still speechless. I can't really say anything else. Yeah, let's just start cleaning it up. But that is bad. That's just thick carbon tar. Don't know what it is, but it's just horrible. Right, let's do this. Right, okay, guys, let me show you what I've been doing. I've been cleaning it up and the best I can, trying to get in there and trying to really sort of, but it's so hard. I've started to do around the actual engine block as well, around all that oil leak, to just try and clean it up as best I can. And yeah, got the parts in now. So we've got this, we're going to do this one first, which is the engine flush. 2 cans of that is going to go in with the original oil. And then I'm going to take it for a drive. Get it up to temperature, really sort of, you know, get the engine working. Hopefully get it flushing out. Come back then drop the oil, then use the flushing oil, and we're going to use that after this is out. Then run the engine again, but just keep an idle. I think this one you don't actually sort of drive it. I think this one you just, if I remember rightly, if I use this one before, it says it on the back here. I think you run it for 20 minutes or something, and then drop the oil out on that one. And then after that, we can then use the right oil. It should be. This is the correct one. So we'll use that and a new oil filter. We'll put a new oil filter in it as well, just so that it's all nice and clean and fresh. But I think at this stage, how we are, I think really I'm not going to fit the new cam cover as it is, because it's just too glug duck and oil, crappy sort of oil and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to, I've cleaned up the original one. I couldn't get in there too much, but I've actually cleaned up the best I can with it. So I'm going to put this one back on whilst we're doing the actual flushes. I don't want to put the new one on whilst the engine oil and everything else is like this. It just doesn't make sense. So even though I feel like I'm going backwards a little bit, I'm going to put the original one back on, then take it for a drive, then bring it all back, then take it off again. Well, do the other flushes, and the last time after that, the cans are put in and the flushing oil is put in. After that point, I'll drop the oil, then take it back off, then we'll fit the new one, then put the new oil in, then put the new oil filter back in. It's yeah, it's pretty long-winded, but it's the only way really to do it. So yeah, let's put it all back together and then get them cans in and then start running the engine. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, so all back together for the moment, apart from that cover, which is, you know, it's fine. That cover won't affect it from driving. Everything else needs to be plugged in and plugged up, but that we'll leave off for the moment. I've just taken it around the block just to get it up to temperature. I want that oil nice and hot and the engine nice and hot before we start adding any flush or doing any sort of treatment to this. So now that's done, just turn her off. So the next stage is going to be these cans. So I'm going to put these cans in and then I'm going to take it for another drive, get the temperature right up, and then we'll come back, we'll lift the car up and we'll drop the oil out and then we'll do the next stage, which will be the flushing oil. So let's keep going. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, I'm back from the drive with this stuff in it, engine flush, those two cans. So now we need to get it out. So we'll drop it out the bottom, and then we can start next stage, which is this one, the actual oil, complete oil flush. We'll put that in, then run it for a while, and then again, drop that out, take the cam cover back off, the oil filter, and then we'll have a look to see, you know, how cleaner, hopefully how cleaner it is in there. That's what we really want. It's pretty sludgy and it's pretty built up and stuck on. So I'm just hoping that this, you know, will get off as much as we can for him. Yeah, I just hope we can clean it up for him. So anyway, let's crack on. Let's drop the oil. Let's continue with this for the next stage. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, yeah, so here we go. The actual flushing oil is now in, so that's done, and that's got to go and just sit and idle for 10 minutes, just warming up, flushing through, going through the system for 10 minutes. So I'm going to leave it like that, and then once it's 10 minutes is up, I'll probably leave it for 15 actually. I'll leave it for 15 minutes, and then we'll do exactly the same thing. Drop the sump, and we'll yeah, get it out, and then we can strip the top off and find out what it's like underneath there. So bear with me, I'll come back to you once that 10 minutes is up, or I'll just set it up and you can see me just stripping it out. We'll have a look at the top, we'll drain it at the bottom, and continue doing the process, and then we'll put in the new filter, new oil filter, new oil, and we'll see how it goes. So let's yeah, bear with me guys, and I'll see you in 10 minutes. Right, okay guys, so we've got the last of the engine flush just dripping out of there. And let me show you, I took the old rocker cover off. Let me show you. It is starting to clean off, I've got to be honest, it is. Was I expecting it to look like brand new again? No, I wasn't really. I've got to be honest. It's so thick and it's so sort of built on. The only way to really sort of get it sort of is to change the oil every 5,000 miles. You know, this is the trouble with this particular car, is Dave doesn't know like exactly how it was looked after before he bought it. It done so many miles, 40 odd thousand miles. When he got it, he doesn't know. You know, it just doesn't look like it. I've got to be honest. It just doesn't look like it's been looked after that well. So yeah, you know, all I can do is the best I can, and sort of without actually having the engine apart, taking the head off, and you're never really going to get it like new again, because you know, in the day it is a diesel engine, you know, and they sort of do seem to sort of go like this, but this really does seem to be worse than worse than ever, really. But I'll just clean all that off now, clean it all off, and then we're going to box it all back up. Put the fresh. I've done the oil filter. That's the new one. That's in there. Let me show you the old one. Again, it is just sludged up in there. You can see it's just it is bad. So yeah, all we can do is try to look it in there. Look. Look at that lump there, look. So it does. It looks like it's got to the filter as well. The build up and the sludge. Hopefully, you know, this what I've just done. It's definitely helped. But what I've done is, you know, just it's just a real shame that, you know, Dave doesn't know really the previous history on this car. I think what we're going to have to do is if he's going to keep hold of it, every 5,000 miles, we'll have to bring it in and we'll do exactly the same process. We'll do an engine flush with some of this stuff, and then do exactly the same thing. Empty it back out and then change the oil again. That's all we can do is just keep trying to do that. It will eventually break down and it will eventually just all clean off and be nice. But, you know, it's just getting to that point where someone's left this build up too much, or they've done something or haven't done anything. Could be the case. I just feel sorry for Dave, really, because, you know, it's his pride and joy. He wants to, you know, he moved from the Mk8, the blue Fiesta, to this one, the Vignale, like the fully loaded one. And I've got to be honest, he's had nothing but problems with it. So he said fingers crossed, seems to be running well, but he shouldn't have to be thinking and worrying every single time he starts that engine or drives this car or takes it for a test. He shouldn't have the worry of something might happen, or what's going to happen next, or, you know, what's going to come up. Is there a light going to come up? He shouldn't have that, should he? Don't get me wrong, it's a second-hand car, and you know, you're never going to be able to, unless you buy a brand new car, you're really never going to be 100% sure that and if there's going to be any issues. But you just think, because of, I think what it was, he got real lucky with his other one, his Mk8 blue one, the Titanium X. He got so lucky with that car, and it just you know, he looked after it, and it looked after him, basically. So, but yeah, let's box it back up, clean it off, put it all back together, put the new oil in, and then he can take it and see how it performs, and see, you know, hopefully we can keep on top of it. If he wants to keep it, then we just need to keep on top of it. And then just change the oil every 5,000 miles. Do a flush every 5,000 miles. Just look after it, you know. Sorry guys, quickly, yeah, someone come to the door, so I had to quickly stop there. So yeah, as I was saying, let's get cracking. Let's all put it back together. Let's box it up, put the oil in, and then we'll see. Yeah, you can take it. So let's do this. Right, okay guys, so there we go. All been put back together, and most of the oil's in there. I'm just running it for a couple of minutes, then turn it off, then check the dipstick again to make sure that the level's there. And then Dave can come and collect his car. But I just had a conversation with Dave. I just spoke to him, and he was saying about this clutch. Don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear that? On and off. That's the clutch. I think it's the thrust bearing. As it's engaging, the thrust bearing comes across, and it's that spinning bearing that goes over the shaft that engages the actual clutch itself, pressure plate. That bearing is making an absolute racket. So yeah, I think Dave's gonna have to get shot at his car, or he's gonna have to throw some more money at it. You know, new clutch. He said as well that the air conditioning don't work. He took it to Ford's main dealer, and they've said it's the condenser. So again, that's something else we've got to replace. Is to get the air conditioning right. Is to replace the condenser and then get it filled up. But he just let's turn it off in a minute. He just cannot get a break with this car at a minute. It's a real shame, really, but because it's the spec wise, it's great. You know what I mean? It's exactly what he wanted, exactly what he was looking for. It's just that there's some bits and pieces on this car that just I don't know what to say about it. But I think Dave's going to end up just, that's it. I'm not having it. He's going to say, I'm getting another one. So yeah, might be able to find him a decent low mileage Focus or Fiesta or something like that, just to do his driving lessons in. Might be able to get him a better car with lower mileage, and that's kind of what we're looking for, really. But yeah, bloody Fiesta, this is a nightmare for him. But yeah, anyway, guys, I am done on Dave's car for now. Just got a quick check the top up, make sure that's up, put the engine cover on, and then he can, I'll give it a quick wipe over, make sure I've got no marks all over the car for him, and then he can come and collect it and watch this video in tonight's upload. So yeah, that's it, guys. That is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me doing this one. It's a pain, isn't it? It's a real pain, this car, and Dave knows exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, hopefully we can get something for him. I'm sure we can. And obviously it'll be on the channel. We can watch the videos. You can see me doing it. And we can try and find him something a bit better and a bit more reliable. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon.